everyone, and welcome to Disc Golf Daily. I'm Steve Dodge. I'm joined by Nate Heinold, the tournament director of the Discraft Great Lakes Open. Hello, Nate. How are you today?
I am well, Steve.
Nate, can you tell us a little bit about the title sponsor of the Great Lakes Open?
The title sponsor for, as far as I can remember, 42 years has been Discraft. They've really, this is right in their backyard. The toboggan course is 15 minutes from the Discraft kind of headquarters, and this event's their baby. In fact, this course, toboggan, was built and designed by the owner of Discraft, Jim Kenner. And so Discraft has been a huge support for this event for this year, but also for many years.
The event is, I've been playing disc golf since the 80s. And I remember DGLO being one of the premier events for all time. It has always been one of those courses. And the toboggan has such a rich history hosting AM Nationals.
Yes.
Is that? Yeah. So hosting AM Nationals. And then you guys, I'm guessing, give it a little extra teeth when the pros come to town. You want to tell us a little bit about those teeth?
Yeah, the teeth. The toboggan's already hard enough, and then for AM Nats we have a layout that's similar to the DGLO layout, but we add a little bit more OB. We have a couple different longer tees that we use. The big change last year was we made hole 18. We doubled the length and put it back to the right. But the teeth for toboggan is definitely the hills combined with the out of bounds, combined with any wind. Throwing downhill is really tough when you have the disc that high in the air and it's got to get down to the bottom. The wind really, like hole one, you look at those players and they can be so confused about the wind. And I think that's the fascinating thing about that property is the wind swirls, you're throwing over out of bounds around these massive toboggan sledding hills. And I think that's the beauty of that property.
I remember the first time I visited, and I was wishing it wasn't summertime.
Yeah.
The hills look like they would be so much fun. So tell me a little bit about that. You mentioned Discraft. It's the backyard of Discraft. Tell me a little bit about that region and how much local support you have in Discraft's backyard.
I mean, basically, Southeast Michigan is, I would say, the top hotbed for disc golf in the country. I would say it's right there or above Charlotte, right there or above Minneapolis. When you look at how many courses are there, how many PDJ members are there, how many leagues and clubs, and how many people come watch DGLO, just the volunteers alone. We put up a volunteer list and it's full almost immediately. Like we have to turn people away from, we haven't even promoted the DGLO list one time for volunteers. I think we have more spotters than holes right now. And so, that shows really the fervor, the excitement. Like people, like disc golf in Southeast Michigan is the big thing, I feel like. And I think there's just so many courses, so many county governments step up and support disc golf, all of those together.
The thing that amazed me, in addition to having so many volunteers on site, was I would just break into random conversations with spotters and I'd say, hey, what do you do? And they'd say what they do. And I'd say, what do you do in disc golf? And they say, oh, I run these 3 events. And they're spotters.
Yep.
And it's almost like in order to be a spotter at DGLO, you have to be a tournament director. And it's like, okay, this is a little bit crazy. Like having a surgeon become a typist.
And they take pride in that. There's people there at DGLO that are like, hey, I'm always on hole 3, and right. 5 more people. And it's like, hey, that's great. So.
Yes. I didn't mean to put typists down. They do take the job seriously and they take pride in what they do. And, I will admit to you, and I love going off script, but I think it was 2018 at the DGLO, it might have been 17, was the time when I realized the Disc Golf Pro Tour was going to succeed. watching the fervor of the spectators and watching the skill and professionalism of the staff made me realize that there are a dozen more places like this in the world, but these people showed me first this can happen. So hats off to all of that region, and thank you, Discraft, for cultivating that spirit and dedicatedness to the sport. Nate, is there anything special going on after the rounds for spectators to participate in?
Yeah, we have signings with Team Discraft players. We've got a mini golf night. We've got food hold-ins. We have disc releases. We have, clinics. And so it's like a Ledgestone Light. We don't have as many activities, but we still have plenty of things to keep people occupied.
I assume you've got some special discs and or merch for DGLO. How many discs do you have released?
Yeah, we'll have 5 limited edition discs this year for DGLO to release at the event, and they'll be online with some select wholesalers, as well here. So very excited for that. We always have some cool designs, and then we have a Detroit Tigers themed jersey coming out this year, a Detroit Lions themed jersey, kind of DGLO style. And so the marketing team has some really good designs we've done for DGLO this year.
We talked about the course. Tell me, what is your personal favorite course to watch, favorite hole to watch?
It's probably hole 3, just watching those discs be smashed down that hill. I mean, I don't like watching uphill shots as much, but watching a disc fly downhill, that hole's 900 feet, and it's one of the easier holes in the course. It's a par 4, and I've seen Garrett Gerthy throw 100 feet short of the basket, and so I think for me, that is just to see the spectators be in awe of that is rewarding for me, because it, is just to see people have a great experience like that and be blown away is why you keep coming back.
And not only, it's not just a wide open shot. It's lined with OB on the left, and those woods on the right might as well be
OB. And they are OB now, actually. So,
then they literally might as well be.
Yeah.
I would, if as a player, I'd rather have there be an OB line than go into those woods on the right.
That's why I made the change a couple of years ago, actually. So,
okay, so you've got a 900-foot hole. There's OB on both sides. There's a little OB notch in front of the green, just in case you are Garrett Gerthy. Yes, that is a spectacular hole to watch. And if they don't get it down fast, they are in trouble.
Yeah.
Nate, thank you very, very much. Is there anything else you'd like to mention about DGLO and all of the people and all of the sponsors and support you get?
Yeah, we're the presenting sponsor this year is Garrett J. Verberg, which is a candy company out of, I believe, Fenton, Michigan. So very excited for them to present the event. And I would also just tell people, come out and watch, because seeing the hills on camera is nothing compared to in person. In fact, this year, hole 1, you can sit there on hole 1, watch hole 18, watch hole 1. We'll have 2 video boards. One will be on hole 1 watching the finish to hole 1. So just like the European Open, hole 1, nice. You can watch hole 1 finish because it's blind. Here, hole 1 is blind from the tee. You'll be able to have a catch cam, watching the catch cam from the hole 1 tee area. So that's a pretty exciting thing we're doing this year.
Fantastic. Keep making the spectator experience better. Keep doing what you do. Thank you very much, Nate.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. It really does help us grow.